We're in love with your new song, Falling in Love on My Own. Talk about the story behind it.
Well, I guess the inspiration for writing it lyrically was the fact that I feel like everybody at some point in their life has had feelings for somebody who doesn't feel the same way. And that's where the lyric Falling in Love on My Own sort of spurred from. And I wrote it this time last year in the first lockdown. And it's sort of been an ongoing process over the last year just to record it, play it on live stream, see what people think and get feedback. And now we're at the point where it's coming out.
I know. I'm so excited that people are loving it. What kind of feedback have you been receiving through your social media?
Some really good feedback, actually. So I've played it on a lot of live streams. I've even played it with on live streams with Tom Grennan, who's like a really famous UK artist. I've played it for some TikTokers, like Sophie Aspin. She really liked it. And it's at the point now where I've played it so many times on a live stream where people are typing in the lyrics into the chat whilst I'm playing it, which is the best feeling in the world.
I was just going to say, and then wait till you get to play it live and people are singing it back to you.
Exactly. Well, I've done one gig since the restrictions have been lifted in the UK, and I was able to sing it there, and there were people singing along, which was the best feeling.
What's your songwriting process? Do you need to have music before you can come up with lyrics?
For me, it all starts with the guitar. I'll sit down on a guitar and I'll just be messing around and I'll find something I like by accident. When I find something I like, I'll keep playing it and repeating it and start humming over something until I find a melody or a tune that fits the chords that I'm playing. And quite unusually, my writing process, I like to say, is like an ice cream, right? So like the guitar, the chords are the cone, the melody is the ice cream itself, and then the lyrics, the last bit for me, the completely last bit, they're like the sprinkles on top, and you just sprinkle them on at the end, and it all comes together.
How much of a hand do you have in the production side of your music then?
So I produce everything myself and mix it and master it at home in my room. I've got a little setup studio here. You can probably see a little bit corner of a keyboard just there. So I record all the guitar, the drums, the bass, everything myself, as well as twisting all the knobs.
That's a lot of work for you
It is.
do
it
on
is
your own, but very self-satisfying though to do.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree.
Do you have plans for a full album or an EP to come soon?
Yeah, so I'm probably going to release 1 or 2 more singles in the next couple months. And then at the end of the year, I'll be dropping an EP, which the name is yet to be decided. So that's the plan, at least.
And no date yet because the name is TBD too.
Exactly.
You have already worked with a couple of great artists so far. I mean, well, a number of great artists so far. Do you have a dream collab in mind? I mean, I imagine you have at least a list going.
Yeah, well, a dream collab, if we're talking to anyone in the world, I would say I have 3 main inspirations, and they would be the 3 most amazing collabs for me. Would be someone like Bruno Mars, who I think vocally is incredible. Oh, yeah. Someone like John Mayer, who I think writes the most amazing guitar licks and music. And also Ed Sheeran, who I love for his lyrics and sort of upbeat, rhythmic, catchy songs. So any of those, that's a dream.
I think those would be wonderful collab, and I'd love to see a Zac Hurst, Charlie Puth maybe in the future.
Ooh, that would be great. I do like a bit of Charlie Puth.
We loved your acting as well. Do you have any upcoming film or TV or maybe stage projects you've been keeping in mind, if not working on?
Well, I haven't actually been doing any acting in quite some time now, but I did film a pilot with a certain TV show in England. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but there's some singing in the show. But we'll see if it airs. Then we'll I can't really say too much about it, but yeah, I filmed something exciting recently.
How do you select the projects you're a part of then? Does it always need to have a bit of Zac Hurst voice to it? Or is it, necessarily just the part itself that really draws you to it?
So these are some really good questions, really thoughtful. I would say, yeah, like most artists or creative people, you definitely have to have a passion for the project, because if you don't have an interest in it, you're not going to work hard at it. So I definitely feel like when someone approaches me and says, do you want to work with me on this song or work with me on this project? That my first instinct is, well, do I like it? And if I don't like it, it's a no. If I like it, I'm going to put my time into it and everything I have into it. So that would be the main idea behind which ones I choose.
And many people have actually been joining TikTok because of the pandemic. Do you have any advice for people who are interested in maybe musically, if not, video wise, joining TikTok and starting their own?
Well, I'm actually not a big star on TikTok. I don't really make too many TikToks, but the people
that you work with.
I've filmed this music video for the song "Falling in Love on My Own." Yeah, the people who I've worked with on this release, one of them has 500,000 followers on TikTok, and one of them has over 1 million followers on TikTok. They're called Shan Wills and Ryan Snellings, and they're actually a couple. And so the song is about me being in love with someone who's in a relationship, who's sort of unattainable. And I don't have any particular advice about TikTok because it's not my main area of expertise. But Instagram, I can tell you more about, because I've been doing a lot of live streams over the last year.
Yeah, let me ask you about that then. Why has live streaming been so important for you? Is it just because you haven't been able to set foot on stage lately? Or is it, more of an interest in touching base with your fandom and, just letting them know you're here and what you have going on?
Yeah, well, before the pandemic, I was like any other musician who was sort of gigging. I live in London, so I was playing gigs around London, my local area. And I found when the pandemic became a real issue, when we were in lockdown, I found the only way to actually play music to people and sort of put a smile on people's faces was to do it via live streaming. And it was actually a really good way to build up a following for myself as well. I started the pandemic with just a few hundred followers, and in sort of a year and a half, I built up a fan base, I guess you could say, or a following of 14,000 people who know who I am, which I think is pretty cool.
That's amazing. And it just must be really nice to be able to touch them with your music, since you haven't been able to see them face to face on stage. What have you missed most about being on stage?
It's the interaction with the audience, because you get that when you're on a live stream. You get people commenting and emojis and things like that. But there's a real difference when you're singing a song on stage and people are singing along with you. That is a kind of like feeling that you can't replicate except in that exact situation.
Was there anything else about falling in love that you really want to be sure we share with our readers about, this beautiful song you've worked so hard on?
It's a true story. It's a story I feel like everyone can relate to. Somebody this time last year I really wanted to be closer to, but unfortunately, because of the pandemic and because of her relationship situation, it wasn't going to happen. And I think other people will connect with that on an emotional level. So if you do want to hear the song, it's going to be out on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. The music video is going to be out in about a week, so stay posted for that. And I think that's pretty much everything.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of not just your TV, film work, but also the beautiful music you make?
Thank you so much for all the support. I love everyone who helps me out in every single way possible. I couldn't do it without the people who want to listen to my music, because they're what spur me on to want to make more. So yeah, thank you very much.